Welcome to another how-to video. My name's Ditech, CTO at DVS, and a massive Happy New Year from all of us at DVS. We hope you had a joyful and restful Christmas period, for those of you that do celebrate that. Welcome back to 2021, and we hope it's a very prosperous and enjoyable year for all of you. So to start off the new year, some new technology. Some of you have already been asking me about this, but it is the new Hikvision cloud storage adapter device. So it's a very small device. In fact, I have one here. It's a very, very small device, smaller than my iPhone diameter-wise, but it is a bit thicker than that. It's got 4 mounting lugs on there, so you can screw it to a wall or a rack or whatever. It's not PoE, so it's powered by a 12-volt adapter that comes in the box, and you connect it to a standard LAN connection on a switch like we have done there. It's a very simple device, so once you've actually got it on the network and powered it up, this will allow you through HIK-ProConnect to add some cameras for cloud storage. Now, depending on the resolution frame rate required will dictate how many of these devices you may need on a site. It is a subscription-based service, so you need to purchase the subscription not from DVS but from the HIK-ProConnect portal itself. So in the box you get the device, so cloud storage adapter with the PSU and a LAN cable, so you can connect it straight into a LAN switch. The next stage requires me to transfer you across to my PC, where we can use the SADP tool to set the IP address to match the scheme of the site. And then obviously HIK-ProConnect is where we add the device and set up the cloud storage service. So stay tuned while I transfer you over, but this is a very exciting proposition. Okay, so we've placed the device on the appropriate LAN network, so it's on the network. I can see the outside connection. I've already activated it, so if I show you SADP, I've already activated the device and set the password and set the IP address to the IP address that I need. The next thing I need to do, and you can only do this through the SADP tool currently, if you add the device to IVMS 4200, you don't have the option to enable HIK-Connect currently. Hopefully that will change in the near future. But simply enable HIK-Connect, type in a verification code. So I'll just type in one I can remember. Click confirm. Type the device password. Click save. Nope, one of my other passwords. I do apologize. Okay, so the HIK-Connect service is now enabled. So we can close TeamViewer down. What we can do then is add the device to IVMS 4200, which I have done here. And I can click remote configuration. Wait for this to load. Everything seems to take an age when you're waiting. Okay, so this is currently the latest firmware version, but always check with your Hikvision supplier, whether it's DVS or another. Make sure, or go on their portal. Currently, this is the latest version, but always make sure your devices are up to date. There's not much you need to do within this device itself. It's very minimum setup within the IVMS 4200 remote configuration, other than reboot default. And the network, in general, make sure the gateway is set appropriately, unless you're using DHCP. If you don't set your gateway in your preferred DNS, then it isn't going to talk to the cloud service. So under advanced settings, 488844, but you can change the DNS to whatever you prefer. There are many others, or you may have to put your company one in there. Okay, once you've set that, again, we can click off that and we can then close IVMS 4200 down, exit the service. Next, we open up HIK-Connect Pro or HIK-ProConnect. So the HIK-ProConnect login portal. So I'm going to log into my DVS account. Click login. Okay, then I'm going to go to site. And we need to add this device to a site so we can configure it through ProConnect. So the idea being is you enable HIK-Connect on the device, and then you simply allow the HIK-ProConnect to add it, and then you can do the programming through there. Now, I need to get the serial number of this device, so let me just quickly go and write this down. Give me 2 seconds. So I have the serial number of the device. So what I'm going to do next is choose a site. So we'll go to the DVS HQ site. Then we're going to add a device. So add device. So you've got online device, HIK-ProConnect peer-to-peer, IP domain, or batch import. So with the online device, if I selected online device, it would scan anything in my local network, and this device is on a separate network, so I won't be able to do it that way. Add devices by serial number, so we can select HIK-ProConnect peer-to-peer. Now we need to update the web version, so hold on a second. Always something. Come on. Okay, go. Refresh that. Add device. We're going to add it via the serial number. You can see the online device, the two devices that I can see and not the two devices I need. So under HIK-ProConnect peer-to-peer, we're going to add the serial number. So F23755083. Device verification code, which is what I set on the SADP tool for testing. Click next. So it's compatible. So that's my device. It's finished. It's compatible. I can turn health monitoring on. So if I pay for the health monitoring package, I can turn that on and it will give me the updates or notifications of the device health. Now I click add. That number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There we go. So our device is now added. So the next part is actually configuring the device. When I add a device to the system, so the first time I add a cloud device to the system, I get 7 days free testing before I have to purchase the cloud storage package. All of the cloud storage packages are added or purchased through this web portal. So it's not bought through your distributor or it's actually bought through the HIK-ProConnect portal directly. And you can find the packages. Once you've added it, you can say get them now. And you can say available package 6 7-day monthly packages. So you can get 6 cloud storage packages for free when you add HIK-ProConnect to the platform. So I've got 6 available packages. I can say click them now, get them now. Congratulations, you got a free storage package. So fine. Okay. Basically now we need to go and set the configuration up. So let me just go and make a quick cup of coffee and then we can come back and go through the configuration. Okay, so before we move on, I probably should quickly run through the premise of the ProConnect device itself. So the idea being is you can fit one or more of these cloud storage adapters on your site. The idea being if somebody steals your recorder or your NVR DVR, which can happen, you still have some evidence grade footage that's safe in the cloud, or it could be a backup to your recording on site, whether it's possible unit failure, etc. So most people will use it for like fire theft purposes. Some insurance companies are requesting cloud-based storage for critical cameras. That could be like entrances, server rooms, like high value areas, etc. So again, you have your on-site storage and then you can have your ProConnect cloud storage built on the back. So very flexible. It's a very, very small device and it's compatible with all of our Hikvision products. So all the NVRs, Turbo DVRs, IP cameras is currently compatible with all Hikvision devices, just not third-party devices currently, so Hikvision only. And it's the event video, so motion or VCA would be uploaded. Very small device. It's compatible, so 8 channels can be added at the 2 megapixel, 30 frames a second, or 25 frames here in the UK. All Hikvision devices are supported. If you need more than 8 cameras added to this device, then you will need more than 1 device per site. The idea being is the high resolution footage is stored on the local NVR DVR or IP camera SD card, but the 1080p or D1 downscaled image for improved transmission but gives you sufficient detail is stored on this cloud via the cloud adapter. So depending on how many cameras or channels you add to this device, that will dictate the frame rate. So you can have up to 8 channels at 1080p, but then if you have, you can see there the little connotation, 1 to 5 cameras added, it's 10 frames a second. 6 channels, 8 frames, 7 channels, 7 frames, 8 channels, 6 frames a second. Now, you could argue, yes, we don't store the 4K full, resolution image at full frame rate, but then most sites, especially here in the UK, the upload bandwidth wouldn't be able to handle 8 cameras at 25 frames a second. You'd end up pushing the network over, especially if they're all sending events at the same time because there is a large-scale event happening on that site. So it is a very good idea that we do downscale it. It's still good quality. It'll still give you some usable evidence, but we downscale it to make sure transmission is met on that site to allow the cloud to be stored, to allow the video to be stored safely in the cloud. It's got ANR function, so under network loss or congestion, it will be backed up on network restoration. You've got a visual bandwidth upload tool within the HIK-ProConnect cloud solution, which will show you how good your bandwidth is, and we'll show you that shortly. And then you purchase your cloud service packages through the ProConnect, and you can charge your end user then. So if your end user wants it, you pass that cost on to them, or you wrap it up into like a service maintenance contract, depending on how you want to deploy that or interact with your customer. So you don't buy this through your distributor, you buy it directly through the portal, and you can do a 7-day monthly cost, 7-day annual charge, which is cheaper because you're buying it annually, or a 30-day monthly, 30-day annual, and you just simply choose how many channels you want to do that for. When you add a device for the first time to the ProConnect solution, you do get 7 days free trial. And then you can find for the end user in the HIK-Connect app, you've got the video stored on the cloud solution, 8 times rewind, and then easy backup of those footages, and then obviously your packages there. Quickly moving on, so it's compatible with the HIK-ProConnect and HIK-Connect app. We already know that. The high resolution images are stored on the NVR, DVR, or SD card in the IP cameras. No footage is stored on the actual device itself. That's used just to transmit it to the cloud. Where do we store the cloud videos? In most UK deployments, it'll be stored on the Amazon World Service, AWS. Very secure, very reliable, very robust, very scalable. And can we support third-party devices? No, we cannot currently. So, moving back to HIK-ProConnect. So I've added the device now. The first time you add the device, you may need to request permission. So when you go to remote configuration, it may ask you to request permission. Simply click it on the end user app. So HIK-Connect under the end user, they'll log into the HIK-Connect app, and then under cloud service there, under cloud service, you'll see a notification where the integrator has asked for remote control, permanent remote control configuration purposes. The end user selects yes, and then that will allow you to program this moving forward. So once we've done that, it's online. Click on the device. We can see we've added no cameras. Currently it's online, and we've got permanent configuration options. Now at the bottom we've got network test, so I can click network test, and I can click start. This network is very good with dedicated fiber, so we should find we don't have any issues. Let it finish its test. Now this can take a couple of minutes, so apologies. Okay, so it's timed out quite a few times. I don't know why. Must be something on our network, but that would normally tell you how many cameras you can add, but I know this has got a dedicated fiber, so apologies. I'm going to click skip to go past that. Wait for it to load. So we can add our channels in here now. So maximum 8 channels, linked channels 0. So it's a very simple way. So I'm going to add a channel, and we're going to add in Yeah, let's go for this one, internal one. Let's add a couple of these in. So that one, thermal, 3 meg, second gen AccuSense, internal panel view, pos test. There we go. So I've got quite a few there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that'll do. And even one outside. Well, let's not put the main road on it. Let's put the one outside the front door. Okay, so I'm happy that those are there. Those are the channels I want, and you can see there's other channels. They're the 2 devices I've got added to HIK-ProConnect. So it's as simple as adding the cameras from the appropriate NVRs. They're on the same site. Obviously, adding them from a different site, even though the recorders can exist in the same site, if the network box is on a different site to the camera you've added, that's going to become even more difficult because the device isn't in the same location, if that makes sense. So make sure they're in the same network site topology, if that makes sense. So click on OK. Oh yeah, password is this, and that recorder is slightly different. Should be this one. There we go. So I've got max channels 8, link channels 8, so we're fully up now. So you can see there I can put high definition or standard definition, so I can actually reduce this to 450 really, it depends on what you're trying to achieve for the customer. So a lot of these I'll put the standard def. And you can see that as you adjust these, it actually tells you what your required bandwidth or estimated is, because that can change. So these I'm going to drop them down to standard, and some of them I'll leave as high. Like that one I'll leave as high, that one I'll leave as high, that one standard. So it's really simple to choose between 1080p or that D1 resolution. Keep the bandwidth for the ones that are critical, like this outside. And it's as simple as you can see, that's actually reduced now. So activate service. I've got 6 months packages, so I can select on this one 1 month. So 7-day package, one of those. Click activate renew. And then just go through them. So I can go this one, activate service, that one, 1 month, activate renew. Activate renew. And again, you do get the 7 days testing with this. Now, if I click off this, click on another page, and then go back, click on this, you can see there the ones I've activated, look. And I've got 3 left to activate, but I've run out of licenses. I had 6 months, I've done the top 6, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if I try to do another one, it'll say I don't have enough inventory. So click on that, click on 1 month, click on activate renew, so no inventory, so I have to buy effectively now. So I had 6 licenses that I can use, and I put them all for 1 month, and you can see there it expires the 12th of February 2021. So I got 1 month on these 6 cameras. If I wanted to buy any more, and the cloud storage device, unfold the channels there, so I can renew service or activate service by buying more channels effectively and then assigning it to it. So it is as simple as that. So you just choose which cameras you want, whether it's a 7-day monthly, so the footage, so a 7-day monthly means the footage is saved for 7 days over a month period, if that makes sense. So you can only go back 7 days, but you get a month, that's a month's worth of recording. So let me start that again. So it'll save, you get 7 days basically, but you can go back to over a month. The 30-day one is 30 days, so it costs a bit more. So it depends on your customer, again, whether they want 7-day or 30-day stored in the cloud. That really is it. So again, you can go to activate cloud storage service, so then you can go and pay for it. So there's lots of different ways of getting to the same menu, but what you can also do is, let me just click off that, under business, service market. So you've got health monitoring package, which you can buy, price and then buy. Cloud storage, price, buy. Temperature screening, people counting, and employee count add-on. So they're all the additional ones you can buy, the online purchases. Some of them are free now and may change moving forward, but they're the ones you can purchase now. Okay, back on the site, we need to set the event up now, because whilst we've added the devices or the cameras, we've linked the cameras, so we've linked 8 cameras to the unit, and we've given 6 of them licenses for cloud storage, as you can see there. But now we actually have to set the linkage action, because there is no linkage action currently. So under the device, click on here, go click on edit, and then under each device you've added, you then need to set the event. So under event settings, so set events for the channel including motion detection, intrusion, line crossing, and then enable notify surveillance center. So we need to do this. So event settings, depends on your device whether it supports VCA or whether you just want it to do on motion. So for instance, we can do, let's do some on motion. So I can say draw area, any motion here, 80%, or let's put it to 60. Arming schedule 24/7, or set it appropriately, and then linkage action, notify surveillance center, click save. And then for the other camera, so I can select all of these cameras here. So this camera, link to it, area setting, again, motion, yeah, linkage method, notify surveillance center, click save. Or you could have a camera, the smart event, the camera needs VCA. Like this camera here, we've got VCA, enable intrusion detection. Let's just put the box a little bit bigger. So that box there, 0 threshold sensitivity, yep, click save. Arming, linkage, notify surveillance center. So you build your way through it, whether you want motion or VCA, which will then save it to this cloud adapter. So very, very simple to set. Basically like a web browser function for this device. And there's my outside camera there. So I could say I'm only interested in motion in this area because that's where the front door is. Click save. Notify surveillance center. Save. And then under video and audio, don't forget this is the cloud adapter device. So under each camera, you'll see it as the resolution you set when we uploaded it. So we can actually lower it, but we don't need to change the resolution on here. You know, as such, like, you know, that's done through so this is for the storage, not for the main resolution, which is on the NVR for your high quality video footage. So we're happy that that's done. Click on that. Click on OK, and that is basically it. What will happen now is I'll transfer you to the app, because in the app, once we've got some footage, I'll give it a few minutes, and you should be able to go into the app and then see the footage that's stored in the cloud. And that's it. That's as simple as it gets. So the process of this is add your device, so up to 8 channels at 1080p, or you can lower it if you require. But again, the frame rate will lower with it. Each channel requires either a 7-day or 30-day monthly service activation, and then you have to pay for that appropriately, but you do get some free for testing when you add the device to it first time. And basically then you set up the event, whether it's motion or VCA, and that's the trigger to the cloud. So I'm going to transfer you to the app now, show you that, and then come and speak to your DVS specialist. So stay in tune and see what the app looks like. Okay, so if I open up the HIK-ProConnect app, so under CCTV, HIK-ProConnect app, you can see I've actually added this device here. This is already in my account, this 6701 NISF at the top. If I click more to expand it, you can actually see the channels I've associated with that. So if I click on it, I do get the live, or the view of that image, so you can see That's that. Now, if I click on one of the images, you can see there at the top it's located in the cloud storage symbol, and that's the event that triggered it there. So all of the cloud, if I expand that, you can see on the timeline at the bottom, that's the cloud storage event. Now, if I go back and choose a different camera, so if I look at the thermal in the car park, for instance, you can see they even have thumbnails in there, so I can click on a thumbnail and play that event back. Expand the timeline, and you get that video representation of where the footage has been uploaded. So you can see we got big delivery in this morning. Again, click on another one. Again, expand the timeline, and you can see the separate events there along the bottom, and it's as simple as that. So that is how you get the cloud storage playback. So on the app, it's very simple. So under that device that's added to your, to the client's app, they just choose the appropriate camera and get the actual playback, and then you got all your link channels there. Other than that, that's it. Like this, if I click on a camera, for instance, that thermal, let's choose a better one. That one there, you can actually download this. You get the full app benefit. So again, if I want to download it, I got the timeline, a time bar, thumbnails. I can pause it, play it, take a screenshot, video record it, put more than one camera, so I can unclick more cameras. And then it's as simple, if I want to download it, video stored on cloud, so I can select that one. Oops, sorry, click that free, and then basically download it. So all videos stored on the cloud there. Click, download, and it's done, downloaded to my phone. So it's very, very simple to do. Calendar view, so I can do a quick search. And that is it. That's as easy as it is on the app. So the end user will be able to quickly search for those videos that are stored in the app. I guess a cheat way around it, because I know a few people have asked, whilst it is event recording, so motion or line crossing VCA, if you've got the upload bandwidth, technically you could put the motion on 100%, and we all know what motion does. That would be as good as constant record in the cloud. So you could get around it that way. You'd probably get 99% of the video stored into the cloud by doing motion and 100%. So hopefully you understand what this can do for you and your customer. I know it's a bit of a weird one to explain, and the ProConnect portal let me down a little bit, but you'll get the gist of it. Very, very simple, very, very cost effective. And again, any questions, please ask your DVS specialist, and join us next week for another how-to video. Stay safe, stay tuned, stay subscribed, and we'll see you very, very soon.